What's the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life?
Paying $8,000 on a vacation and getting cheated on that vacation.
Live every day as if it were your last. And just don't wait for tomorrow.
Life is a lot easier than anybody wants to think it is.
Hey, today I'm asking people what their biggest mistakes are. Look, if y'all can see, if you see around me, I'm in New York. Not only am I in New York, I'm in Soho. I'm in Soho, New York, which is one of the richest places ever. Hey, excuse me, guys. Can I ask y'all a question real quick? And a lot of people here are rude. They don't talk, so that's going to make this video extremely hard. But you know what? Just because I get one no does not mean anything, because eventually I'm going to get a yes. You feel me? So, let's get it. Excuse me. Hey, you look successful. What's the first and foremost? What do you do?
I sell fabrics.
You sell fabrics?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's dope. And what is, like, along your journey, what do you think the biggest mistake you've made in your life is? If you can go back and change something, what would it be? Let's get deep.
Many. I don't know. Probably not listening to other or getting not. That's the biggest mistake I did and try not to do it anymore. Is to get stuck at the first impression. Sometimes it counts, but to me, I always get the wrong one. So I learned from
first impression.
Experience to know people before having an idea of them. To listen mainly to them.
So essentially getting to know people before you make your own judgment about them.
Yes.
Got you. And last question. I'm 23, right? And I'm an entrepreneur myself.
Young boy.
Yeah, exactly. So what life advice do you have for me?
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Every single fucking day.
Every day. So just have fun with it.
Have fun, enjoy. Do things that when you go back and you go to bed and you go to sleep, you're satisfied and happy.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, like, save all your... How do you feel about this? Some people say save all your money and live a boring life, and some others say it's your money, you might die tomorrow, live it.
Up to you, really. When it's your money, you handle it in the best way you think it's good for you.
However it works.
Spending, saving, or whatsoever, giving them for free.
Most definitely. Hey, nice to meet
If
you.
you're for free, I'm always here. Eh?
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you. Thank
Take care,
you so
my
much.
pleasure.
That was dope as hell. Excuse me. Can I ask you a real quick question? I do your thing. You good? See what I'm saying? I told y'all. A lot of people gonna say no, and that's okay, because like I said, every time you get a no, you're one step closer to a yes. How you guys doing? So sorry.
Good, sorry.
Hey, actually, you're right here though.
Your way.
No. You're right here now. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
So I'm 23. I'm young, right? And I just moved to New York. So what is the biggest mistake you think you've made, and what is something that if you can go back and change it, what would it be?
Biggest mistake I made. Leaving New York City.
You left?
I did leave.
So you feel like that was a mistake. So what made you come back?
Well, I'm here visiting now.
Oh, wow.
But the biggest mistake I did was to leave. I tried something new, moved to Colorado, but it wasn't as culturally
Diverse
as I like.
That's true.
So.
And last question. So I'm 23. What advice do you have for me to be successful and just to, stay on a good path?
Live every day as if it were your last. And just don't wait for tomorrow.
That's
my biggest piece of advice.
Thank you. So wait, and what do you do if you want me asking?
I'm an architect.
Oh, really? Oh, that's dope. You like it?
I love it. I love what I do.
See?
I love people. So meeting people, and do what you love. Like, make your work about what you love. That would be another piece of advice.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
So nice meeting you.
You as well.
Good luck.
Thank you. You guys be safe. Yo! Can I ask you a question? I'm Justin.
So how you?
You good? What is it that you do?
I'm a designer.
You're a designer?
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Shit, man, I always did it for fun as a kid.
For real?
Yeah.
So, what is the biggest mistake you made in life? And what is something, if you can go back and change it, what would it be?
The biggest mistake, I mean, I don't really got regrets like that, but I would say just like not shooting shots when I could have shot a shot. But yeah, I mean, that's just my MO in life, take risks, go for it, man.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm 23, I'm an entrepreneur. What's your advice to me to be successful?
Like I said, man, take risks, go for what you believe in, and do what you want to do every day.
Yeah.
It's all about lifestyle at the end of the day, man.
Most definitely. And last question. So a lot of people think, you live in New York, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say New York is expensive, et cetera, et cetera. How do you feel about New York?
New York is expensive.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, if you make it worth it, it's worth it.
That's everything. If you make it worth it, y'all, you got to make it worth it. Nice to meet you,
man.
bro.
It's a pleasure, bro.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Justin.
DJ.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What do you do?
I'm a personal stylist at
personal
a luxury
stylist?
boutique here in Soho.
What's the biggest person you ever worked with?
Maybe Justin Sky.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. So what's the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life?
Paying $8,000 on a vacation when I was in a relationship with someone and then getting cheated on that vacation.
On the vacation? What? So how did you react to that?
Long and tumultuous, but needless to say, I ended up being stupid enough to take them back. So that's why it's the biggest mistake.
Wow. So
Okay. And I never got paid for the trip, so that's even worse.
No, so you took an AKL and got cheated on. Wow, that's great. So I'm 23. I'm an entrepreneur. What's your advice to me to be successful?
Listen to yourself more than anyone else. I feel like people are always listening to outside, voices rather than just trusting your own gut. I feel like I've been focusing on more of that, and it's been steering me in the right direction.
Nah, that's fire. Make sure, I say it all the time. I say I pay attention to myself more than anybody else. It's like, I don't care what's going on outside.
If you can't listen to yourself, why the fuck are you going to listen to anyone else?
Exactly.
Hey,
Feel me?
you know?
Nice meeting you.
You as well.
Sorry to interrupt y'all conversation. Can I ask y'all a question real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so first and foremost, what do you do?
Oh, I work in fitness. I'm an
That's dope.
instructor.
That's dope. You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
What do you do?
I don't work.
You don't work? Okay, that's even better. Same. Likewise. That's fun, right? All right, so what's the biggest mistake you think you've made in your life? And if you can go back and change something, what would it be?
Don't care what people think and just give zero fucks.
Just give zero fucks.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
do what you want to do. And if someone has an issue, tell them to fuck off.
Tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
You must be from New York.
I am.
I can tell.
Long Island.
That's
You know.
still New York.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you. Appreciate it. How often do you come out here and do this?
Every day, bro. It's my job.
It's your job. So, like, you can, let me ask you this. What's the most you made in a day? Beating people with this?
Hold up now.
Come on now, let's get into it. Let me get with you, brother.
I made enough to take care of myself.
running it up.
All right, so what's the biggest mistake you ever made in your life?
Say it again?
What's the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life?
That's a hard one, bro. I think not going to school, not going to college, not further my education. I stopped, I went to college like about 3 or 4 years and stopped. I should have became a mother. I should have kept on going and going and going. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Wait, so me personally, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm 23, right? I'm a YouTuber. I'm a social media influencer. I dropped out of college my junior year, I think. And I'm super glad I did it. I would have never, if I can go back and do it again, I would have never went to college at all. So what part about not going to college do you feel like, you messed up at, and you could have picked up a trade like this right here? You can get paid doing this and probably make more if people have a job.
I'm quite sure. But at the era where I was coming up, in the 80s and 90s, they didn't have all this right here. You know what I'm saying? So nothing's kind of different. It's easy for you guys to make some money.
That's so nowadays and age. So let's say for me, like nowadays and age, do you feel like college is a requirement or not?
It all depends upon the individual. You know?
Someone willing to take a risk.
Yeah, college makes you see things a lot clearer. You said you was how old?
I'm 23.
23 years old. So if you make like about $10 million, let's say you make it to about $10 million off this right here, you may fuck that money up.
Facts.
You understand? But if you go to college, maybe they'll teach you how to apply shit, almost like chess. It'll teach you how to apply certain things. You're not going to just go out there and buy an ounce of cocaine and a bunch of fucking girls and go party up in a goddamn hotel room. You're going to think, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be a bit more strategically.
Well, do you think financial literacy is learned through college? I don't think college teaches you financial literacy.
It's not. It's learned through
trial and error.
Well, that too. But it's mostly learned through your parents. You understand?
I agree with that. Because you are a product of your environment.
Right.
And last question. I'm 23. What advice do you have to me?
As far as
life.
You got to live life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do what makes you happy.
Is this what makes you happy?
Yeah, it does.
I love that.
Right.
What do you do?
For a living?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm retired at this point.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah, I'm a retired real estate broker.
I'm 23, right?
Yeah.
And I want to know from you, what's the biggest mistake you've made in your life?
Oh, God, there are just far too many mistakes. Don't worry about your mistakes. Yeah, my biggest mistake probably in life growing up was worrying about my mistakes and not just figuring out the solutions. The biggest problem everybody has, and you'll see this in a lot of businesses, you'll wind up having these meetings where something goes wrong, somebody screws up, and you'll spend 2 hours every week figuring out who it was that screwed up. And at the end of those 2 hours, you know who screwed up, you haven't fixed the problem. I call it blame storming, because that's all you do, is you figure out whose fault it was, you don't fix the problem. You screw up, fix the problem, move on. It's
simple.
It's not worth it. It's that simple.
People overcomplicate life. I figured that out.
Yeah. It's just, life is a lot easier than anybody wants to think it is.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing. I said it all the time. The biggest problem is people don't want to understand how simple it is.
Yeah.
They don't want to digest it. They think it's
No.
extremely complicated.
No.
Me, even in my age, I realized it's.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Life is simple. Making money is simple. Everything about life is simple.
Yeah.
But it's not working for you because you think it's hard.
Right.
So when something's easy, you try to take the harder route.
Yep. And also remember that everything other than a roof over your head, something soft to sleep on, and some food to keep you going. Everything else is a toy.
Everything else is a toy.
You have to look at everything. You have necessities. Your necessities are someplace out of the elements, some sort of clothing, some sort of food, and some place to sleep. Everything after that, you have to look at it as a toy.
As a toy.
A car is a car, whether it's a 1984 Ford Fairmont or a 2023 Bentley.
Facts.
It's a car. It gets you from point A to hopefully from point A to point B and back again.
Yep.
Everything above that is just nice.
Bonus.
Is a Bentley a really nice car? Yes, it is.
Of course.
At the end of the day, is it going to get me where I'm going any faster?
No.
No.
I got to go to the red light eventually and catch back up to the 1983 Fairmont,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and at
That's how it goes.
the end of the day, bottom line is you're driving the Bentley, I'm driving the Fairmont. Who do you think's car's getting stolen?
That's a fact. So way more liabilities come with
When I come out of point B to go back to point A, my car's still there.
intact.
Yeah.
You can have your windows down and no one looks in it.
Oh yeah, no. People will actually leave stuff in your car.
You feel me? Then
They'll
like,
be
I
like,
think you need this.
people will actually look in and go, "Oh man, this guy doesn't have a radio. Let's go just buy him one."
Yeah. Not knowing you may be a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're in college, right?
Yeah.
And what are you going to college for?
Business. So, but on the side, I do want to become a real estate agent. So, I'm doing both at the same time. So, I'm doing business and accounting, and I'm becoming a real estate agent.
And do you feel like college is necessary for what you want to do?
No, I'd say not. I would say I'm a bit pressured just saying it because of my parents. So,
99% of people are pressured by their parents to go to college.
yeah. So, honestly, I just chose going to school like last minute. I didn't really care about anything. Yeah. A lot of my friends actually dropped out, so I was just like, I saw them do it, but I'm a little scared to do that, to be honest.
And it's going to be scary. Everything, like any risk you take is going to be scary. Me too, mind
Yeah.
you. I was scared to drop out. I was going to college pressured by my parents to do it.
Yeah.
I even went to college for free, right?
Yeah.
But I knew for what I wanted to do, I could not be in school to do it. You feel me? It was like, what I want to do, I got to go over there and I have to take a risk. Essentially, the way I dropped out, I had an opportunity in LA. And I was like, damn, I had to be in LA for a week. I'm going to have to drop out. So I just took my risk, jumped out, and took that risk. Think about it like this, right? Let's say you don't drop out and you go through with it and you get a job making $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 a year, whatever it is like that, right? Let's say you do that, but let's say you do that and I tell you, let's say down the road, 30 years later, I said, if you would have dropped out of college, you would have been a millionaire right now. How would you feel?
I feel like shit, man. I feel like, damn, like I wasted so much time, Because it's just like, that's the thing that scares a lot of people is just sitting in an office all day and then it's just like a routine. Like you just do this and then you go home, you eat and all that shit. Like
It's all the routine.
Yeah, and it's also like you're scared about it, but at the same time, like you're comfortable because you're gonna get a paycheck every single week. You don't have to worry about taking a risk. So
But it's no growth in your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, but it's like
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
It's a 50-50
it's like
you got to
it's
think.
fucked, yeah.
You're comfortable, but how comfortable can you be making $50,000 to $60,000 a year? While you see people like me on a Monday, I ain't gonna lie, I was just on jet skis in Miami on a Monday at 2:00 when people were at work.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then it's people like me where it's like I live life free. It's like I just do what I want every single day.
Here's the thing, man. You can be happy. You can do. This is me personally, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you do, it don't matter unless you have Jesus Christ in your life. That's what I believe. My message is that this world, every single day, I'm seeing more and more that people are going away from Him. Instead of getting closer to Him, and we're near our end times.
Yes.
There's so many things in the Bible that say, "Oh, that this is gonna happen," and it happens, and people are like, "No, that's not. It's just a coincidence."
And it happens.
Yeah. Things are getting fucked up, man. I don't judge anyone for their decisions, but I just think that if people took a chance just to get closer to their Creator, that their lives and the way they look at their life, they'd be a lot more happier.
I agree with that, bro. That 100%.
That's my message, man.
Listen, y'all. Make sure y'all listen to that one. I stamped that.
And it's hard too because me personally, I wasn't really close with God until the beginning of this year, and
Me too.
And I suffer a lot of spiritual warfare. You become more conscious about the decisions you make. You think about like, oh, when you're gonna drink or when you're gonna smoke, and even when you do it, you just sometimes all you can think about is like, oh, like I'm not living up to the glory of God, and I know like you'll never live up to it, no matter what you do, but like you just think about it, man, like you just failing Him, you know. So it's hard,
It's hard.
That's just my message, man. I don't got much else to say.
Everything's your heart, man. You got to pick your heart. Everything's hard.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
You got to sacrifice something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is sacrifice, to be honest. There's definitely scenarios where people want to go out and do shit, and you're just like, would God want me to do that? You know,
Facts.
It's hard. It's really hard. You know, I try to be the best man I can every single day.
Look, I know I'm not around people. I'm no longer downtown talking to people, but the video is not over because I didn't get to answer the question myself, y'all. Look, as y'all see, I'm getting a car wash right now. We got a lot more car content coming. Also, I got a whole nother car coming for y'all in the next 2 to 3 months. Something crazy, really not gonna say too much, but not manifesting, it's already in progress in my new car. But let's talk about my biggest mistake I feel like I've ever made. So my biggest mistake I feel like I've ever made, y'all, was really just not being myself. Like when I first started the content creation, stuff like that, when I first started creating content this was a long time ago. I'm talking like when I was like 12, 13 years old, I wasn't myself. And a lot of other situations in life, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to fit in and be around certain groups that really wasn't me because I felt like it was cool. You feel me? That was probably one of my biggest mistakes because it probably set me back. But I learned quick though. So now I'm always myself no matter the situation. I ain't trying to look cool. I ain't really, in it for none of that. I just be being myself, and whoever accept that gonna accept that. And think about it, it's 8 billion people on the planet, man. It's somebody for everybody. It's a friend group for everybody. So don't try to force yourself in that friend group. Don't try to force yourself in that room. Don't do nothing. We're not forcing no relationships with nobody. That's romantically, business-wise, friends, anything like that. You feel me? And I'm at the point now where I just realize what's for me is gonna be for me. It's a lot of stuff that work for you that just don't work for me. It's a lot of stuff that may work for you that I just simply don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's some people out here that find interest in cutting hair and they can make $1 million a week doing it. I won't do it just because I see you making money from it. I'm gonna do what I like to do. You feel me? A lot of people just got to get to a point where they understand, and you got to be comfortable within your skin, bro. Be yourself, man. Only thing you can do is be yourself, because that's all I'm gonna do is be myself. But in other words, man, look at the drip, bro. You're looking crazy. Joint looking fire. Joint looking fire back there, y'all, man. Look, but until the next video, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you made it to watching this far in the video, thank y'all so much for watching my videos, bro. Everybody that taps into all my videos, thank you so much. Your support is not unnoticed. I know it's a lot of comments between my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I can't get to everybody, but I see it. If you DM me, I see the DMs, y'all. I can't respond to everybody, but I see your DMs, and I appreciate all the love, man. To the next video, yeah.